Hello, my friends. Welcome to day 4 of this 14-day yoga challenge. I'm so excited that you're joining me. Today we have a spicy and playful, funky practice for you. So I hope you enjoy today's practice. If you are not already aware, I have just launched my online membership platform called Tana Studio, where you'll find longer practices along with breathwork and meditation. So if you're interested in deepening your practice with me, you can go ahead and click the link down below. All of the details are found on my website. And then let's get on to today's practice when you're ready. So let's head over to the front of our space in a forward fold ragdoll shape. You can bring your feet hip distance apart, taking a loose bend into the knees, grab onto the opposite elbows. Wrapping hands gently around elbows, close your eyes, and immediately feel the ground beneath you, almost hold you like an anchor rooting you into the floor. Relax the shoulders, the upper body, the neck, and the face as you allow yourself to feel held by your legs and by the floor beneath. Let's start today's practice with a nice, slow and effortless breath in through the nose. Let the breath expand into the lower part of the rib cage. And then slowly open the mouth and release, let it go. With that out breath, let go of your elbows, keep the chin tucked to the chest. The knees stay bent as you begin to slowly and consciously peel yourself up to standing. High mountain pose, the arms radiate upwards to the ceiling. Push down into the feet. Slow motion, bend the knees, take the elbows back, and then cactus the arms. Right away we get into the chest, peeling shoulders onto back body. Exhale, we fold forward like a blanket over the legs. Interlace your hands at the bottom and start to circle the wrists out in one direction. And then we change the directions of the circles. You can maintain a loose bend into the knees here. And then let go of your wrists, hands meet the ground, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back into a downward facing dog. Reach through your tailbone and start to wiggle the hips from left to right. Walk it out, find some space. Maybe leaning the hips all the way over to the left and then to the right. Where can you create more space in the body and within yourself? On your next in-breath, begin to lift the heels off the floor, drop the knees to the ground. Cow pose, reach the chest forwards in between the shoulders. And then push into the hands as you lift your hips back, downward facing dog. We go again, heels rise, drop the knees, the belly lowers as the heart lifts forwards. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing. Finding that rhythm, lift the heels, sink knees down, reach the chest forwards. And exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, sink your knees down. Feel the opening across your heart space, your abdominal wall. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push firmly into the edges of your feet and into the knuckles of your hands. And then begin to lift the heels off the floor. Hover the knees beneath your hips. Walk the wrists back so that they're in line with the shoulders. Finding our quadruped shape, firing up the core. We hold here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Take your hips back, downward facing dog for 1 breath. And then we go again, heels rise, knees hover just beneath the hips. Push away from the ground through the hands. And then we hold this time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep smiling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Glide your hips all the way back. Find your shape, find your dog, walking hands further out in front of you. On the next in-breath, stretch the right toes back in a 3-legged dog. Squeeze the knee to the right elbow, lift up through the back of your heart, and then land the foot outside of your right hand in a lizard shape. Keep your back knee lifted if that's available to you here. And then You can slowly begin to shift forwards and backwards, just finding that space in your hip flexor. Okay, beautiful. On your next in-breath, shift forwards into a passive squat, Malasana, lower the hips, and guide the hands together at the heart. If you're feeling super tight, that's okay. Just ease yourself into it. Also fine if the heels don't touch the ground. We're just going to shift a little bit from left to right here. And then on the next in-breath, slow and controlled, begin to straighten the legs. Arms stretch all the way up to the sky, lift out of the waist. And then exhale, guide the hands into the heart space. Inhale, rising up once again. Exhale, this time we come down into an active squatted position with the hands reaching out in front of us. Okay. Nice and strong. Lower the hands down to the floor. Step it back into a plank position. Plugging into the hands, we take a slow vinyasa of your choice. You can find a cobra or an upward facing dog. Rolling the hips back, downward facing dog. Stretch your left toes high, find your three-legged dog. On the out breath, pull the knee to the left elbow, round through the upper back. And then land lightly outside of your left hand, lizard pose. Pull the heart through in between the shoulders as you draw your hips down as much as you can. Continue to drive back into the right heel. We take one more breath here. On that out breath, nice and lightly land the right foot forwards, Malasana, coming into our passive squat once again. Hands to heart space, lengthen the tailbone in and down, and take a breath. Okay, on the next out breath, start to straighten the legs, arms extend up to the sky, radiating through fingertips, and then exhale, guide your hands into your heart. Once again, arms come up. And then on the out breath, active squat, get nice and low into your hips. Hold. Lower your hands down to the floor. Step or jump back into a plank position. And then find your flow, move through it. Never rushing anything, just feeling into each shape, each breath and each transition. We meet in our downward facing dog. Okay. About to fire things up a little bit here. So begin to lift the heels off the floor, find a crouching dog, bend your knees a lot. You can step, float, or jump to the top, meeting in your Malasana active squat, this time reaching hands out in front of you. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, straighten the legs and stretch the fingers long. Guide your hands to your heart. Keep smiling, guys. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, we come back down into our active squat. Land the hands to the floor. You can step or jump back. Any vinyasa of your choice. You might handstand. Whatever feels funky, good, and playful in your body. Inhale, heels lift, crouching dog. Squeeze thighs to chest. And then we land forwards in our squatted position. Stretching into fingers, take a breath. Straighten the legs, pull up through the kneecaps as you reach up, and then guide your hands into your heart. Inhale, rising up again. Exhale, come back down. Hold, and linger. And then land the hands down, step or jump back, plank pose, chaturanga dandasana, threading the heart right open to the front. Upward facing, and then we roll the hips back, downward facing dog. And again, lift the heels, bend the knees, take it forwards, meet in your squatted position. Hold as you drive into the heels, straighten the legs, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, squatted position. Hands to floor. You can step or jump back into your plank, taking your vinyasa, downward facing on the out breath. Final round, lift the heels, crouching dog, we step, float, or jump. Take it forwards into your squatted position. Breathe in. And then exhale, straighten the legs. Guiding hands to heart space. Inhale, arms come up again. Exhale, sinking nice and low into your hips. Push into the heels, stretch into fingers. And then land the hands to the floor. Take it back, find your vinyasa. You can add your own flavor, move a little bit slower, a little bit faster, just exploring your body in space. Finding our flow now, stretch your right toes back, find your three-legged dog. And then pull the knee to the right elbow, lift up through the back of your heart. Land the right foot softly outside of your right hand. Melt your hips down a lot. Walk the left hand forward slightly to the corner of the mat. And then nice and slowly, you're gonna find a buoyancy in the back leg as you push into the left hand. Kick your left leg all the way through. In between this window, stretching your left leg forwards and right arm into the sky. And then nice and slowly, we're gonna take this leg back once again. We'll do that one more time. Kick the left leg through. Stretching right fingers long. Take a breath in. Super strong. Exhale, take your left foot all the way back. Drop the left knee to the ground. Stretch the fingers long. Find a low lunge Anjayasana. Take a twist to the right, stretching right fingers back and left fingers forwards. Breathe in and out. Now making sure that your back toes are tucked. Feel into the back toes as you lift your left knee off the floor. Come into a twisted lunge. Breathe. And then find your warrior two, cartwheeling the hands to either side of your space. Stretch into fingers. Reverse on the in breath. On the out breath, find a side angle pose, stretching into top arm, active through the back leg. Reverse your triangle now. So legs stay straight, you stretch and radiate through the top arm. Listening carefully, Skandasana, we bend into the left leg. Nice and low into your hips. Try to get as low as you can into this left thigh. Skandasana, we change sides, traveling to the right leg. Warrior two now, glide the body forwards, facing the back of our space, bending generously into the left leg. Drive into the edge of the right foot. Reverse on the in breath. On the out breath, find your side angle pose, reaching through right fingers a lot. And then straighten both legs as you feel the energy travel up the left leg and through the left arm. Inhale. On the out breath, Skandasana, bending into right leg a lot. Guide your hands to your heart. Push into the right foot. All right, listening carefully. Swivel around to face your right foot here. You'll drop your left knee down to the ground. Take a half splits, shifting the hips back, pulling right toes towards you in full flexion. And then melt over your right thigh here for a moment. Nice and slowly shift onto this right leg, keeping your left knee grounded, swing your right toes back, wrists beneath shoulders, lift the chest. Exhale, knee to nose round. Take it back again, reaching through toes, dropping head back. Exhale to round. Inhale, take it all the way back. Exhale, squeeze it into the chest. Inhale, sweep your toes back, push into the hands, hold. Option here to catch a bind, left hand meets the back foot. Tiger pose. Kicking into hand if you have this. Gripping into right fingers a lot. Slowly let that go without slingshotting it. Pull the right knee to the right elbow and then ground the shin down to the floor. We come into pigeon pose. You can walk your left knee back. Fingers out in front of you. Let's lift the chest. So working with the breath here to ease us into our stretch. Inhale. Exhale, lean forwards a little bit. Inhale, let's lift one more time. And then exhale, fold. You might come onto your elbows. That's maybe not where you go today. Not worrying too much about the aesthetics of a certain pose or how deep you can get into any stretch, but just allowing the movement and the positions to maybe allow you to drop into your edge so that you can become more inquisitive and aware of what's going on a physical, mental, and emotional level. Let's start to walk ourselves back up with the help of the hands. Tuck the left toes and reach your right leg into the sky. Find a three-legged dog. Kick into the heel, bend into the knee. Slowly, consciously flip your dog. Keep both knees bent for this variation. Lift the hips and the heart space. Expand your energy and your body here as we open up. Push into the ground through the feet and explore. Explore yourself. Explore this perspective. And then we lower the hips, both hands meet the ground, plank pose, chaturanga dandasana, glide it through to your upward facing dog, downward facing dog on the out breath. Stretch your left toes into the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hold, and then lightly land the foot outside of your left hand, lizard shape. Melt the hips down. Your right hand is going to walk forwards to the corner of the mat here, and then we're going to kick this right leg all the way through. Just see what happens. Don't overthink it. And then exhale, we take the leg all the way back. And one more time. Let's take it all the way through. And exhale, take it all the way back. Drop your right knee down to the floor. Anjayasana, low lunge, arms stretch long. Pull the belly button to the spine. Take a twist to your left side. Stretch into arms, broaden across the heart space. And then we lift the back knee off the floor. Try to bring the shoulders in line with the hips. Warrior two, take it to your side. Ground into the feet. Reverse on the in-breath. And on the out-breath, side angle pose. As you stretch into the top fingers, straighten the left leg. Reverse your triangle, stretching long through the left side body. And then on the out-breath, Skandasana, we bend generously into the right leg. Skandasana, bending into the other left leg. Continue to plug into the right heel. And then it's a nice big movement into our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, looking towards the back of our space now. So you might not be able to see me from your angle. That's okay. We're just repeating it, so it might feel a bit more intuitive. Reverse the warrior. Breathe in. And then find your supported side angle pose. Ground into the right foot as you reach the left arm up and over. Reverse your triangle, straightening both legs, pull up through the right kneecap. On the out breath, Skandasana, left knee bends a lot. Sink nice and low into the hips. Now swivel all the way to the front of your space, low lunge, meeting your left leg. Drop the right knee to the ground, glide your left leg all the way back. Pointing into the back toes, we lift the heart space. Exhale, knee to nose round. Take it back again. Making sure the right toes are tucked. Exhale, curl it in. Take it back on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, squeeze it into the chest. Take the leg all the way back. Hold. You're welcome to stay here. If you played with a bind, tiger pose, you're welcome to reach the right hand to the left foot and start kicking into the right hand if you have this bind. So try to push away from the ground through the left hand as much as you can if you're in this variation, and reach your chest to the front. We hold here for another moment. Slowly let go of the foot wherever you are. Squeeze the left knee to the left elbow, and then we land the shin down, pigeon pose. Just find your adjustments, any adjustments that you need here. The left foot stays flexed, and then we work with the breath here. Once again, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, lean forwards. And again, rise and lift. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. And taking 2 more breaths. Grounding into our pigeon pose. Relax the upper body, relax the muscles across the neck and the face. And then nice and slowly, let's make our way back up. Push into the paddings of your hands. You're going to sweep your left toes into the sky. Find your 3-legged dog. Bend into the left leg. Flip your dog. Bending into both knees. Press into the heels as we lift the heart space. Ground into all 4 corners of the right hand here. And enjoy this opening. Finding a sense of freedom. Okay, when you're ready, slowly lower the hips, both hands to the ground, plank pose. You can cruise through your flow. Chaturanga to upward facing. And then we all meet in our downward facing dog. Melt your bottom back. Push into the hands. Lift your heels off the floor. Crouching dog. You're going to spring forwards, maybe float forwards into a active squat, just as we did in the beginning. Okay, hold for a moment. Straighten the legs. Arms stretch long. Inhale. Exhale, guide the hands into the chest. Inhale, we grow tall once again. Exhale, come back down into your squatted position. Hold. Listen carefully, drop the hands down to the floor. And then we will find our crow pose. So if you have crow in your practice, you're welcome to go there. I like to actually keep my toes a little bit closer together to find a nice compact little shape. So let's spread the fingers wide. Lift the knees to your triceps and play with shifting the weight of the body onto the arms. Maybe lifting 1 foot off of the floor at a time and continuing to reach your chest forwards and up. So lift your gaze slightly. If you're looking down too much, your body will generally follow where your gaze is. So lift your chest as much as you can. Squeeze heels to bum. And we're going to hold here for 3, if you can, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down into your squat. Malasana. Nice work. All right, we're going to find a cross-legged seat. Place 1 foot in front of the other. Nice and slowly stretch the arms tall. Breathe in. Breathe out, twist to the right side. Melting right shoulder behind you. And gently broadening across the heart space. Slowly unravel, change the cross of your legs. The arms grow tall once again on the in-breath, and then on the out-breath you can twist to the other side. Growing taller through your twist, relax the face, and let the energy begin to settle here as your breath begins to settle and your heart rate starts to slow down. Slowly unwind, facing the front of your space. Rest your hands on your thighs or your knees. Get nice and tall through the spine. We've built a lot of heat, a lot of strength and power today, so closing the practice with a few moments of stillness. If you've come this far, I really encourage you to stay. So let's close the eyes, sit up nice and proud, but relax the shoulders. And then just follow the movement of your breath as you feel your chest and your tummy expand and contract as the energy moves in through the body and then leaves the body. Now we start to deepen the breath, keeping the mouth closed. Breathe into your lower breathing spaces. So feel the rib cage expand here, the tummy expand on the in-breath like a balloon. There's kind of this inflating feeling. without too much effort. And then it's an exhale, slow and relaxed through the nose as the belly pulls back into the body and the carbon dioxide leaves your system. And we just stay here for about 10 more breaths. Breathing slow and deep. Not trying too hard, just letting the breath do the work. Feeling into expansion. And then subtle contraction and softening on the out breath. And when you notice your thoughts have drifted somewhere else, just very gently with kindness, bring your awareness back to the sensation of your breath. And just start to feel into the aliveness that lives there within the consciousness of your breath. You can very slowly bring the awareness back into your body and back into the space that you're in, gently opening the eyes if they're not open already. And guide the hands into the heart space, dropping the awareness into the heart for a moment. To close, let's take a nice conscious breath in through the nose. Hold it in for one moment. And then open the mouth, release. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that strong practice. Well done for staying all the way through the end. Please let me know how you went. I'm so keen to hear how you are finding this challenge, how you found this practice in general. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 5. Lots of kind of different practices coming your way. So tomorrow will be a little bit more gentle after this strong and fiery practice. All right, remember to subscribe and give me a nice big thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day.